Well, it really is the nightmare situation for any social media giant, but particularly Facebook. Social media users are reducing their Facebook use, according to research from the Australian Survey of Social Attitudes. For more on this, I'm joined by our social media expert, Dr. Karen Sutherland. Welcome back into Ticker News. How are you?
Hi.
So tell us about this. It's probably what Facebook would, the last thing on their list of wants in the world is for people to reduce their use. So what's actually taking place here?
Yeah, well, this was a study that came out of the University of Wollongong, and it showed that they surveyed 5,000 Australians, and yeah, they found that 52% of people in that study are reducing their social media usage. And it's mainly the age group between 41 and to 56, that age group, and also younger people. So between 6 and 24 years of age are reducing their social media consumption.
So any particular thoughts as to why this might be taking place?
Well, there's been a link to show that the more educated you are, the more you are actually starting to reduce your social media consumption. So, I think it's actually, looking at it from a societal point of view, I think it's actually a good thing. It means people are being, I guess, more critical and a bit more discerning about how they're using social media.
Yeah, that is really interesting, isn't it? That sort of trend. I mean, in the past, there are probably still a lot of people who, in their downtime, they just sit there and scroll, and they're not really consciously thinking about what they're actually doing. But perhaps now, I don't know, given the past 12 months, we're maybe thinking a bit more about how we're actually spending our time. So how big of a challenge then is this for the social media giants, and how worried do you think they might be seeing some of this sort of thing?
Well, I think now attention has always been a really valuable thing, capturing people's attention, but even more so now. From this study, they said people are reducing their intake because they're seeing using social media as wasting time, and they're finding it boring. So it's like, I guess people just keep seeing the same thing. So it's really up to the platforms and the creators on the platforms to do something new and innovative to keep capturing attention if you're going to make it sticky enough for people to stick around.
So is this, because it was particularly Facebook where the use had dropped, but is it social media more broadly as well? Like, is this a general sort of issue, as in use on any of the platforms is being reduced?
Well, in the study, they said it was overall, but in particular Facebook. But I think it's actually starting to. I think people are becoming more educated and more media savvy. And I mean, now people sort of understand. Well, a lot of people understand how news works, and also how television and the media actually works, and how it's produced to some degree, and they can be a bit more discerning about what they watch and what they believe. But I think this hasn't really happened with social media because it is still relatively new. So I think people are just becoming a bit more social media literate, if want for a better term, and now they're actually really deciding what they're going to actually view and consume.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can only be a good thing, really, in many ways, for us to be more discerning and, focus on where we want to spend our time. So maybe not great for the giants, the tech giants, but they need to do a bit more in this space, I guess, and I'm sure they're going to try and do that. Thank you so much for your update once again. Enjoy your day. We'll talk really soon, okay?
Thank you.